Revealed, Park Bo-gum boldly approached Kim So-hyun just to flirt and date her. Welcome back, dear friends of the channel. This is Yahoo Japan News sending warm greetings and heartfelt thanks to every single one of you who has been following and supporting our journey. Today's video promises to be full of laughter, sweetness, and a little bit of investigative fun, so we encourage you to stay until the very end. Why? Because sprinkled throughout this story are a few special hints and hidden details that might just change the way you see this famous couple. And remember, while some of the stories we tell are based on official interviews and public information, others contain speculation, imagination, and romantic conjectures that cannot be confirmed, at least not yet. So here is the delicious twist of today's story. It turns out that Park Bo-gum was the one who took the very first step in asking Kim So-hyun out, well, at least on screen. Yes, technically, the dating began in the script of the drama, but as we all know, the line between fiction and reality in the K-drama universe can be thinner than a sheet of rice paper. Could that on-screen romance have been a clever little bridge for Bo-gum to get closer to So-hyun? That is the question we playfully raise today. And just when fans thought this was all a wild fantasy, another delightful piece of information emerged. The writer of Good Boy openly confirmed that it was Park Bo-gum's very own idea to suggest Kim So-hyun as the female lead. Imagine that. Not only did he express his wish, but he also actively collaborated with the writer to make it happen. He believed, with the conviction of a man, both professional and perhaps a little love-struck, that Kim So-hyun would be a magnificent choice. If that is not the bold move of someone wanting to spend more time beside her, then what is? Now picture this, the two of them on set, surrounded by bright lights and the chatter of crew members, pretending to be lovers for the camera while slowly letting the script draw them closer. Between rehearsed lines and stolen glances, a strange alchemy begins. Was that smile Bo-gum gave her entirely scripted? Did So-hyun's gentle laugh fall exactly on cue, or did it slip out naturally because his eyes were impossible to resist? This is where the magic of storytelling collides with reality. It is not just about what the cameras captured, but about the unseen sparks in between. And if you think about it, this whole situation reads like the perfect romantic comedy plot. A world-famous actor, admired by millions, secretly plants the idea of casting the one actress he wants to work with most. The writer, amused and perhaps curious, agrees. The cameras roll, the chemistry sizzles, and suddenly fans are not just watching a drama, they are watching what feels like a confession in disguise. Some may argue that this is purely professional, but isn't love itself sometimes hidden beneath professionalism, waiting for the right moment to bloom? Ever since news broke about Park Bo-gum's involvement in suggesting Kim So-hyun for the lead role, the rumor mill has been buzzing louder than ever. Fans began to connect the dots in ways that made the story even juicier. They remembered how, during press conferences, Bo-gum's gaze lingered on So-hyun just a little too long. They recalled behind-the-scenes clips where the two seemed to burst into laughter over the smallest mistakes, as if they shared a secret language. When you piece all of this together, it no longer feels like just good acting or casual friendship. It begins to feel like a bond built on an unusual depth of trust and comfort. And when two stars of this caliber show such natural ease around one another, it is no wonder people begin to whisper about the possibility of something more. The harmony between them is undeniable, almost like a perfectly tuned instrument. On screen, their chemistry flows so naturally that viewers often forget they are watching fiction. Off-screen, their conversations appear smooth, relaxed, and even intimate. There was one particular interview moment that set fans' hearts racing. When So-hyun was asked a tricky question, she hesitated for just a second, only for Bo-gum to jump in with a witty remark that saved her from awkwardness. The look she gave him afterward, half gratitude, half amusement, was enough to send the internet into a frenzy of speculation. Was this simply professional courtesy? Or was it evidence of someone who instinctively wanted to protect her? And then there are the subtle but powerful signs of mutual admiration. Kim So-hyun has, in multiple interviews, praised Bo-gum's work ethic, calling him someone who brings both calm and energy to the set at the same time. Bo-gum, in turn, has gone out of his way to compliment her growth as an actress, noting her maturity and sharp instincts even at a young age. These comments may sound formal to the untrained ear, but for fans who have been following them closely, it feels as though every word hides a layer of affection, an unspoken recognition that goes beyond what is said in public. What fascinates the audience most, however, is how they seem to mirror each other's energy. In group photos, they often stand just close enough to make fans wonder if that proximity was intentional. When one of them cracks a joke, the other laughs as though they had rehearsed the punchline together. When asked about working alongside each other, both emphasize the word comfortable in ways that suggest this is not merely about acting dynamics, it is about being genuinely at ease in each other's presence. For many fans, comfort is the strongest foundation of romance, and this couple appears to have built a palace on it. And let's not forget the coincidences, or perhaps not so coincidences, that fuel suspicions. They have been spotted wearing outfits with suspiciously similar styles, even accessories that fans swear look like matching pairs. Their schedules, though hectic, often overlap in ways that seem too perfectly aligned to be random. Add to that the fact that Bo-gum's suggestion brought So-hyun right into his orbit for months of filming, and suddenly it feels like a carefully plotted love story, one that began long before the cameras started rolling. Was it fate, design, or just pure luck? Fans cannot help but lean toward the romantic explanation. Ultimately, whether or not these whispers of romance hold truth, what cannot be denied is the incredible synchronicity between them. They work like two halves of the same coin, distinct, yet incomplete without each other. It is that very synchronicity that leaves people guessing, wondering if art has once again imitated life. Maybe they are just friends. Maybe they are something more. But in the end, the beauty of their story lies not in knowing the answer but in enjoying the question itself, the question of whether Park Bo-gum and Kim So-hyun are Korea's next great love story in the making. Of course, we must sprinkle in a word of caution. Not everything in this video is an official statement. Some of it is our playful speculation, romantic embroidery stitched into the fabric of reality. But isn't that what makes following these stars so much fun? The dance between truth and rumor. The possibility that behind every scripted kiss there may linger a genuine heartbeat. So, dear viewers, let us continue to follow this enchanting pair together. Whether Park Bo-gum and Kim So-hyun are simply colleagues, secret admirers, or something more, they have already given us enough romantic material to last a lifetime. Keep supporting them, keep supporting love in all its forms, and most importantly, keep supporting our channel so we can bring you more stories like this one. After all, who knows what hidden treasures we will uncover in the next video.